Let's rock, baby.
Let's talk about video game tile screen intros. They've been around since the arcade era, and the reason for this is to make the arcade cabinets, more eye-catching. If there's some badass shit going on, on the screen, obviously you'd go to that arcade cabinet apart from, some random still image that has some fancy logo. But funnily enough, a random still image and a fancy logo is funnily enough something that, most video games do now. When I was in Colorado for a month, my older brother took me to this arcade known as Akibara. Think of it as the Japanese Akibara, but inside this little bar. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get that from context clues. Basically, all the cabinets are shipped from Japan, and it serves dope ass drinks. There's a shot called the Spirit Bomb, as a reference to Dragon Ball Z. Got a t-shirt as a souvenir, but we ain't talking about that. We talking about the games in there. Most of this place is circled around fighting games. The one fighting game cabinet that always stays is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And there's a reason for this. First of all, it's because, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is one of the more technical entries into the Street Fighter 3 genre, I guess. But it's also that title screen intro, man. It has that nice late 90s to early 2000s electronic funk that is so freaking memorable. This is who you are, this is what you gotta be. Don't mess with me, I'ma sting you like a bee. Wake the f up, y'all, Street Fighter 3. And yeah, I looked at that and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm definitely throwing a quarter in to play this. The electronic funk is goddamn contagious, and it makes you forget that you're in a shitty area known as the 2000s, where crazy social and political bullshit happens every day. But I digress. Even though I wasn't even born at the time, somehow it just reminded me of simpler times. This main menu intro is in all regards a certified classic masterpiece. Now let's go to 2016 Street Fighter 5. Okay, what the f was that bullshit? Notice how it's just a loading screen into the video game. Plenty of mainstream games do this nowadays. You bought the copy of the game already, why would I have to sell you on an intro when you can just play the game and consume the product? We already got your money, bitch, so you can just leave. Although it makes sense from this standpoint, it's kinda sad for stuff like this to just stop being presented. But other games are still keeping this alive, for example, the Persona series. Both Persona 5 and Royale had their own unique and incredibly stylish intros that make you feel like you're not only playing a game, but also enjoying an anime or something. And as a weeb myself, doing those two things makes the game an automatic masterpiece. Now let me mention the Monster Hunter franchise quickly. Like Street Fighter, it is a Capcom IP, however they are totally different. If you haven't noticed, this game franchise is one of my most beloved of all time if you scroll down on YouTube once. It had these CGI cinematic intros at the beginning, but they were much more slow and peaceful, introducing you to this world and its creatures that inhabit it. The Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak latest installment has the main characters looking out into the distance. And I mean, simplicity is good, but I believe nothing can beat how the old games handled it. Obviously, music plays an even more important factor. Let's take Chrono Trigger for an example. A game which I barely played, maybe a little bit when I was 6, but I want to get back into someday. My goodness, that soundtrack is so good, showing you the gameplay and showing you what you're gonna experience, all the trials and tribulations you're gonna go through and everything. Without this intro, I don't think Chrono Trigger would be even as popular as it was today. It's understandable that games like Dark Souls have completely black backgrounds with the title screen just to make the game more dark and mysterious. It intentionally did that so that the player would have no idea what they're getting into and would be surprised at the absolutely berserk situations they would find themselves in. Damn, that's a fine rump. Where's the Oh shit! But for other titles, I believe there's no excuse. These main menu intros can be what makes whatever game something that people would remember fondly, and I don't think people would remember Street Fighter V as fondly as Street Fighter Third Strike because of that. Hell, that's where the Daigo parry happened, and you know what? I believe it's all because of that intro, bro. Arc System Works thankfully is still keeping up with this in the fighting game department with Guilty Gear Strive, which debatably has the best OSTs out of any game out there right now. But having bullshit blazing play as characters are introduced coupled with the story, which is also a fully watchable movie pretty much, makes me pretty much pumped to play this game more so than any other fighting game on the market right now. But anyways, that's pretty much all I want to talk about regarding this topic. I would love to see other people's opinions on the comments below and whether or not these 30-second intro cutscenes actually matter to them. But this is your main man, the Sandman. Go follow my Twitch for some quality content and subscribe here on YouTube for, well, more quality content. And thanks for watching. See ya.